This is Nick Douglas for Adventures of a Sailor Girl on the final day at the Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series in New York. Oh my gosh, if you thought yesterday was hard to watch, today was even harder. We saw in the last race, Emirates Team New Zealand hooked the pin mark. They were able to free themselves and then pass everyone in some breeze on the left-hand side of the run. There may be some disappointed sailors, but the Emirates guys are going to be very excited. Winning today in that final race meant that they've won the series here overall, and they are now leading the entire series for last year and this year as well. But we'll have the skippers here in just a second and we'll chat to them and hear about their thoughts from today. Oh my gosh, Ashby.
Yeah, that's probably goes down as one of the craziest days of all time in my yachting career. But yeah, what do you do? I mean, it's one of those ones where snakes and ladders, and you just got to hope you're on the ladder, you know, when it counts. And that was our day today. And yeah, very very happy. Boys are wrapped. So really good day.
Yeah, very very tricky day. The first two races, you weren't really too much in the mix, but played it low key. Bit of consistency.
Yeah, look, we said today, you know, boat handling consistency and just sort of chipping away, not making the big clanger errors. Was going to be key, and yeah, we lost a couple of sort of points, you know, in the first two races, sort of slipped back a little bit just at the finish there at both times, but we thought if we can just keep chipping away, who knows what will happen. It was one of those days, and fortunately today the cards fell our way and managed to come away with a win, so absolutely stoked. Yeah,
a bit of a Cinderella story there, snagging the pin.
Yeah, no, we sort of saw it coming for us with about 20 seconds to go, and it was like, okay, we've got a bit on here, and you know, just absolutely no wind at the start line, and you know, with the current, you just end up hoovering downwind with the current.
I think I called it about 35 seconds to go. You guys are either going to nail it or be hammered, and I don't think it could have got worse.
No, it wasn't ideal, but lucky we've got a good spear fisherman on board that knows how to use a knife, so we managed to hook ourselves. Blair did a nice job there, and you know, we got going again, and because the breeze was so shifty, you know, we had our opportunities to get back into the race, so it was never really over until it was over. So
did you ever think you'd win it though?
You never counted things out, but you sort of go, well, we've got a fair bit of work ahead of us for sure, but the guys did a great job in just, you know, hustling really well. You know, we put out a lot of fires today. There was so much going on, you know, a lot of times tacking with nothing set up, and you just had to turn the boat. It was one of those days where you just had to react to a lot of situations. As much as you try and anticipate, you just end up having to react a lot of times. So it was great fun.
You split a few times today. Okay, cool. You split a few times today. In the second race, you split and took the downwind mark, which didn't pay. But then in the last race, you split and got out to that pressure. Is it just eyes on board, or just trying to find something? Or?
Yeah, you just got your heads out, just trying to go, well, those guys are there. You know, we've got to go here to have a chance of getting around them. And fortunately for us, the decision paid off. And you know, we lost a couple early on and gained one at the end. So we're all happy.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. I did say yesterday I wanted to see you smiling like you were in Bermuda. So still leading the overall series as well.
Yeah, no, really happy.
Awesome.
Thanks very
well
much.
done, Ashby.
Cheers. Thank you.
Nath, tricky day.
It was very tricky day. You know, we always knew it was going to be tricky, but you know, those second two races for sure were not going our way at all.
Yeah, but the first race, that looked really nice.
Yeah, the first race we started well. We had, you know, no incidents at all in the start and got free of the fleet and just sailed the pressure the whole way around. The next two, yeah, we just seemed to have our blue light on for half of that second race.
And then the last one, an issue with the code?
Well, the last one we were sailing at about 5 knots of breeze, reaching at about 90 true, and then we got this puff of about 25 knots of breeze, and if you just keep aiming at the mark, you will capsize. So we had to come down, we had to furl it up, we had to jibe around, tack around and go back up. Meanwhile, New Zealand, who had hooked the pin, missed the puff and just drifted behind us and went and won the race. And so
that's hard.
You know, it is what it is. Like, these boats are high performance, really dangerous to sail, and you got to take safety as your first option. And you know, imagine capsizing today, we would have wiped out half the spectator fleet and ended up on the rock walls. And you know, that was our number one priority at that moment. We're sure we could have tried to get around the mark, but I'm pretty sure we would have ended up on our side. So,
well, good decision, skipper.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a good decision 20 seconds after it, but at the time I'm like, I got no option here.
Yeah.
And you know, we almost got back into that race, and then we got stuck at the top mark for like ever. So
well, next time, hey, it was just so nice to see you guys really put it into gear in that first race.
It was, and you know, we sailed really well in the days leading up to today, and unfortunately yesterday's race doesn't count at all.
Yeah.
But you know, we had like a 2-1 and 2 6s, which is okay, but you know, our whole goal was top threes all day. and it's pretty disappointing to not do it in the second two.
Well, I know there's a lot of people back in Australia that were cheering after that first race, and we hope to see you do the same in Chicago, but for more of the races.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Chicago. Hopefully we can get some wind that's a little bit more normal and we can do some proper racing, because it's pretty hard to take much out of today. So it's life, it's part of the show, and we enjoyed being out there, and it was good to see so many people come out, but we're looking forward to some proper racing.
I think the most common call that I heard from your boat today was auto tack.
Yeah, you're just sailing along and the next minute the boat just tacks on you, so you take it. So, anyway.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll see you whenever.
Cheers.
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Tough day for you guys again, but at least a little bit of wind.
Yeah, it was pretty frustrating, to be honest, to see, such a, a lottery to decide a regatta. It was pretty disappointing.
And especially that last leg of the last race, there were penalties all over the place, and then you got becalmed.
Yeah, it was about the only race where guys behind actually overtook everyone in front, and so when you go around the last top mark, second in the event, and end up fourth, it's pretty hard to take. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it is hard to take, especially when you guys were on fire yesterday, and then and you did have your moments today as well, just a bit of snakes and ladders.
Yeah, well, leading the last race, after the last top mark, it was really should have only been a delivery to the finish, and it was anything but.
Yeah, it was, and you almost you went into the lead on that last work as well.
Yeah, no, we led up the last beat and ran the last top mark, and 10 to custard, so yeah, it's pretty frustrating.
All right, at this point I'm going to try and be positive for you. At least you did have those moments when it was fairly consistent in terms of conditions, rather than the last run with that pressure coming in from the right hand side.
Yeah, it's hard to know what you actually take out of this sort of racing. It's it's good exposure, but it's frustrating when the sailing is not better quality. But yeah, we're happy. We still feel like we're sailing well. We need to keep chipping away, and I'm sure we'll make some progress.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed, and good luck for the next event. Hopefully you get some more consistent breeze, hey?
Cheers, yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Bit frustrating today?
Look, you got to take it for what it is. I actually thought it was fun.
Yeah, good.
It's the fact is it's the same for everyone, and it's a much different regatta than one where there's a clear pattern or playbook as to what's happening with weather and racecourse. Today was all about heads up, try and manoeuvre well, go with what you got, and forget about the past. Just take each one as a fresh leg or a fresh beat. So, yeah, look, the boys have got to keep their heads up, because they fought as hard as they could, and in that stuff, there's nothing wrong with another podium and a second place. Yeah,
we did hear a bit of frustration from your mic over the commentary, but as you say, that's only because you're getting frustrated for your boys, because you're working your butts off.
Yeah, we were. We actually got forced into wrapped around the bottom mark. We hit the bottom mark, and I thought we were going to hook up the leeward rudder and get stuck there. So may have let something slip, but yeah, look, the thing is, I think that set of racing for the fans is incredible, because it's never over, and and you got to treat it like that, and really, when you go into it, look forward to it and have fun. Just say, boys, look, there's going to be some ups and downs, but let's have fun here and just keep fighting. And they did that, so they should hold their heads up for sure. Yeah,
the Emirates boys just didn't stop, even though when it was basically unheard of that they were going to be able to come back like that.
Yeah, well, that just showed the conditions, and it was a bit of a Hail Mary at the end, but listen, all you can do is take your hat off to them and say well done, and yeah, look, obviously we wanted to win, but look, we can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, and you've shown yourself to be consistent, and you've shown off America's Cup racing in your home country. So.
Well, I reckon these crowds honestly could rival San Francisco last America's Cup race. Yeah, I mean, they were massive, every foreshore was packed, huge fleet on the water. It's almost 100 years since we've been back here. I hope we don't wait another 100, because these guys, I don't even think Yankee Stadium or Madison Square Garden would have had a bigger crowd than us today. So that's saying something in New York City.
And I've got to say that even though the racing didn't go your way towards the end, the energy was pretty electric.
Oh, it was unreal. I mean, the crowds and the noise from them. It was insane, and definitely one of the best regattas, I think we've been to in terms of a stadium and getting crowds out here, for sure.
Yeah, and for those who aren't really into sailing and they're more mainstream, I guess that's the sort of excitement we need to try and hook them.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look, you just look at where it's come. If had we been racing old monohulls or 12 metres out there, there'd be no one down here watching. It's like watching paint dry. These things, people are into it, and kids are into it, and we're getting new people, a new audience, and new fans. So I think the concept's proving itself at every event. Chicago will be another one. Big sporting town and great venue in front of the downtown, and mate, it'll be awesome. I'm looking forward to Chicago.
Awesome. Well done today. Well done on keeping your head up, even though I know that must be tough.
Yeah, nothing worse than losing to a New Zealander, I can tell you. But to be quite honest, when Ben Ainslie Racing gets pushed further behind us overall, I feel better.
You're all right? Awesome. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought it was pretty crap.
Well, that's an honest one.
Yeah, but I thought the fans were fantastic. The turnout was great, and it's just that trade-off that you have to make between being in an incredible city like this, what it does to the America's Cup brand and the Vuitton America's Cup World Series, as opposed to the integrity of the racing, and it's a fine balance. I'm sure if we won the event like Team New Zealand, we would be saying it was fantastic. Coming in fifth, obviously we're not too happy about it, but we knew what it would be like coming into it. We accepted it, and you roll the dice and you take the hand that you're dealt.
Yeah, but this counts all the way, doesn't it?
It does. So yeah, it's not taken lightly. I can tell you, I'm a pretty frustrated man right now, but not a huge amount I can do about it.
And there were even some penalties on that last leg as well, that the course had shifted so much, the boundary was right there. That was so tough.
And the tide was taking us all over the boundary. So again, very difficult conditions.
Yeah, oh well. I guess you got to hold your head high, and
yeah, we're trying to put a brave face on it.
you're doing well.
Okay, thanks.
Well, I'll see you when you get home and talk to you later.
Yeah, okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ben. Hooray, Frog! Your first win in the America's Cup World Series. How does that feel?
Yeah, it's very good for the confidence to win. The races today were very tricky for everybody, but it's a game for the same for everybody. And win a race for my comeback, it's cool, very cool for me, very fun for me. And
I know that Adam Minoprio had the first win for the team in Oman, so it's really nice to see you come back and not only get a win but a podium for the series.
The podium also, yeah, a good outcome for sure.
Yeah.
Yesterday also we did a good race, and it's good because we work better this winter. We train, etc. with Adam Minoprio in the team, and it's good, and we are in the good curve, and we have to to keep going on this side, and it's very motivating for all the team to have this result and to be on the podium.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to see. And what do you think about the racing here? Because I know it was exceptionally tricky out there today.
Exceptional, tricky. Yeah, today, yesterday, and the day before. Yeah, we are not lucky with the condition for sure. But the crowd the people were very. Here, and the landscape also was very fantastic and amazing. But we are in a sport. We are depending of the win, but it's the game, and we are not lucky for now with the America's Cup World Series because last year also we missed some days.
Yes, sure.
But in Toulon will be very nice.
It will be very nice, so that'll be nice to be home as well.
Yeah, nice in Toulon and Chicago in 1 month. So
excellent. Well, good luck for the next event. We'll have to see you work your way up the podium now.
Yeah. We will see that. Excellent. With cheese and wine.
Cheese and wine. So there you have it, the end of yet another Louis Vuitton America's Cup World Series event, this time here in New York, the Big Apple. This was my fifth, and definitely one for the memory banks. From the Tide winning out over the breeze on day one to today with plenty of helicopter puffs, plenty of lead changes, plenty of penalties, and even Emirates Team New Zealand taking out the pin, knifing themselves off it and still managing to come back and win the third race today, as well as the series, to keep them in the lead overall for 2015 and 2016. Absolutely incredible. This is the America's Cup Village here in New York behind me at Brookfield Place. You can see two very, very gorgeous looking J-boats. We have Ranger and also Topaz. Absolutely stunning. I need to get myself a sail on one of those. It's just something that we can expect to see in 2017 in Bermuda as a part of the America's Cup. When we get there, that will be absolutely incredible. But the racing here today, you just heard from the skippers, and there's a bit of frustration, a bit of elation, and I know that there will be some teams looking for retribution in Chicago. It is a difficult thing to balance exposing our sport, which can be very difficult to explain to the mainstream, as well as maintaining integrity on the race course, as Sir Ben Ainslie so eloquently put it. But that said, I know that every team will look back on this event and know what positive things it's done for the sport in terms of getting people just to be interested, which is often a difficult step. I unfortunately won't be heading to Chicago myself. I have so much to do over the next month. It's going to be absolutely crazy, starting with hanging around in New York and also Rhode Island for the next few weeks. I will be doing an offshore race with one of the Imoca 60s, hopefully Team Safran, in their warm-up for the transatlantic crossing to get ready for the Vendée Globe, so that will be exciting. Then I'll be heading to the Moth Worlds and not to Chicago, because I will be staying in Australia to film a pilot for my new TV show, $1 Million Yachts. That's exciting. Get on board, guys. If you want more, head to www.adventuresofasailorgirl.com for all of the adventures past and present, and you can also find me on social media at SailorGirl218.